John saw it. My name is Katsura. This is something that happened between my friend and I. College.
Yo, Katsura!
Morning! Hey, Tokusa, Akamatsu. Morning. These two are Tokusa and Akamatsu. I get along with them, and we've all hung out with each other since we were freshmen. However, there was something that bothered me about Akamatsu. Huh? You guys got the same bag?
Yeah, the bag that Tokusa had looked good, so I bought it.
Yes. Akamatsu copies anything and everything that he thinks looks remotely good.
And look at this!
That's a really expensive brand, isn't it?
Wait, you didn't copy Hiragi-san's?
Yeah, I couldn't buy the real one, but hey, this works too. I googled watches that looked close to the real one, so I bought it. I could buy it at 1/10 of the price, so it's awesome.
He's really something else. Anytime Akamatsu thinks something is nice, he copies it. But he's not a bad guy. We get along too. So even after we graduated, we continued hanging out. A few years later, it happened. I married Karin, whom I met at my office. We had a wonderful wedding.
Man, that was such a good wedding.
I'm glad you liked it. I wish you could have come, man. You missed out.
I couldn't because of work, man. What did you want me to do? What kind of wedding did you have, man? He's really praising it.
Well, it was a beautiful church. After the church wedding, we went to an after party, but it was a whole steak store that was rented out. I've never had meat that tasted that good in my life.
I just figured it would be nice for everyone, you know? I kind of splurged.
I see.
Then the after party was amazing too. They rented out a cafe. It was super fancy too. Everyone was so excited. Man, I don't think you could find a wedding this fancy for a long time.
It's all rented out, huh?
Yeah, the stores weren't too big, and there was the whole people problem. I figured it would be better if we just rented out, so we didn't get in the hair of the other customers.
Did your wife plan the wedding?
No, I did. Karin didn't even want to have a wedding, but I figured since we would only have this chance once in our lives, we should have a wedding. I'm the one that said we should, so I figured we should make it a good one, you know?
Yeah, you really did a lot of work for this.
There was a lot of struggling, but Karin and everyone really loved it, so it was all worth it though.
Huh. It was that good, huh?
Your turn next, right? You're getting along well with your girlfriend, right?
I mean, yeah.
I'll be looking forward to going to your wedding.
Well, here's to Katsura and Akamatsu's happiness.
Cheers!
We were all talking about the wedding together and had a great time drinking. A few months later...
You have mail, Katsura.
Oh, Akamatsu's getting married.
Your friend?
Yeah, from college. You remember the guy we invited to the wedding, but he couldn't show up?
Oh, that guy. I hope it'll be a nice wedding. Have fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I answered that I would attend. The day of the wedding... Akamatsu looks good.
Yeah, the last time we talked about it, he said he wasn't that interested. But doesn't he look a bit tired?
Maybe he's tired from the preparation? I gotta go.
You're going home?
Yeah, I've got something I have to go to. I just wanted to come see the wedding, you know? Let Akamatsu know for me.
Okay, later.
I had plans, so I couldn't attend the rest of the party. Weddings are great, or so I felt for a few days. Then it happened. Hello?
Oh, hey, you have a second, man?
What's up, Tokusa?
Have you heard anything from Akamatsu?
What? No. I haven't heard from him. Did something happen?
Well, at the after party, he said that the wedding was completely ruined because of you.
What? How? Was it because I left early?
No, I don't think it's that.
If it's too awkward to tell me, I'll ask him myself. If I did anything, I should probably apologize to him in person anyway. Thanks for letting me know. Wait! I had no idea why Akamatsu would be mad at me. I wanted to know what happened during that wedding and why he was angry. I called Akamatsu right away. Hey, Akamatsu?
Hey, Katsura.
I heard from Tokusa that you're mad at me. Is that right?
Yeah. It's all your fault! You embarrassed me!
Wait, hang on a second. What happened? What did I do?
You said it was such a wonderful wedding, so I copied your wedding! Then I was chewed out for being insane!
What? He was yelling at me over the phone. I listened to his story, and this is what I gathered. He explained what he heard about my wedding to his girlfriend that night.
I've got it all. I'll make it great.
I'm so excited.
He said that he would handle it all and started preparing for the wedding.
You said you rented out a church, so we borrowed a church, but we ended up having to say prayers a few times. You rented out a nice steak place, and so I rented out a nice little place you take your family to. Then my boss chewed me out for choosing that place. I rented out a cafe and bar, but they all were just tired from the restaurant, so they left. They said it was the worst thing, and my wife is pissed off because it was the worst wedding ever. It's all your fault. You better take responsibility for this.
I have a lot of things I want to clear up, but can I ask you one at a time? First off, the church you chose. I think you probably chose a church that was a little too strict, huh? I used a church that was marketed towards weddings that my sister used before.
Then, what about the store for the party? A steak place is just like a family restaurant or something, right?
I used a nice steak restaurant that accepts wedding parties. It's not exactly a place that you can go out to with your friends on the weekend.
But you said you borrowed it because it would be too much of a burden for the store!
Yeah, I didn't invite that many people. I just wanted a quiet little wedding. That's why I decided to spend the rest of the money on the food.
Why didn't you tell me that first? My boss was tired of me, and my wife hasn't even come home! What are you gonna do?
Can I ask you something, Akamatsu?
What?
It didn't seem like it took that long from when we were drinking to when you got married. How long did you prepare for?
What? It took me a month, of course.
I was at a loss for words with what Akamatsu had to say. A month to prepare for a wedding? Of course it wouldn't go well. And of course everyone's unhappy. Look, Akamatsu, my wedding preparation took about a year. I just imagined everyone being happy, and I worked hard to find the perfect stores. But you did what I did, right? You made sure to find plants that everyone could be happy with, right?
That's your mistake! I don't want you to blame me! It's insane that you think you could come up with a good wedding in a month!
You've always thought that it's okay if you just copy something from someone else, too. You shouldn't copy just the surface. You should really dig deep. What is it to you? And what will you do for everyone else?
Shut up! We're done!
He hung up. He never messaged me again. Tokusa told me later that because of the wedding, Akamatsu was in a big fight with his wife. His boss also completely stopped trusting him. It was hard for him to stay in the office.
What's up?
Are you happy that we had a wedding?
Of course. At first, I didn't care about the wedding, but right now, I'm so glad we had it. Thank you so much for working so hard for me. Let's live a happy life together, huh?
Of course. I'd love that. A great wedding and a horrible wedding. There's all kinds of weddings, but it's only once in a lifetime. So you gotta make sure you prepare so you don't have any regrets.
ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。一生に一度しかないからこそいい思い出にしたいはずです。そのためにはどんな労力も苦ではないでしょう。まあ時間をかけたから必ずしも良いものになるというわけではないですけどね。それに良いものにしたいからと真似をするのが決して悪いわけではないですし、参考にする程度が一番いいのではないでしょうかね。皆さんはどう感じましたか？コメント欄に書いていただけると嬉しいです。また少しでもスカッとした方、チャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。